Breaking news now coming in. Violent clashes are being reported between the Samajwadi Party workers and deployed police personnel in Chandoli in Uttar Pradesh. Samajwadi Party workers, as you can see on your screen, are assaulting, physically manhandling police personnel in public view. Cops were even being dragged, threatened, intimidated by the Samajwadi Party workers. This is Chandoli in Uttar Pradesh, and these are the latest visuals on your screen. Just take a look. It appears that police personnel are trying to stop some of these Samajwadi Party workers from heading forth, and one is even dragged, forced, pushed by a group of the Samajwadi Party workers, and that's visible because of the caps that they are wearing, the red color caps being worn. Intimidating, pointing fingers, threatening the police personnel. These are the Samajwadi Party workers. What exactly happened? We are trying to get more details on this incident, but we are being reported of some violent clashes being reported between these political workers and the police. From Chandoli in Uttar Pradesh. Remember, the state is heading for elections in just about a few months, and there have been heightened political activity, but it appears Samajwadi Party workers were gathered for some reason, and therefore take a look at that. What is happening? Absolutely bizarre. The worker holds the police personnel by his head and actually decides to then go ahead and even give a headbutt to the cop there, and then it suddenly turns into a full-fledged violent clash. Cops being dragged and then being pushed to a corner. We can see enough police presence as well, so it appears that there was likely a pre-scheduled gathering. We're trying to get our reporters on the ground to update us with the status, but here in this visual you can clearly see that one of the police personnel was pushed and dragged by the Samajwadi Party workers. So more visuals are now coming in. Take a look at this one from another angle. And Abhishek Mishra has now joined me on this latest update. Abhishek, what exactly happened? Was this a confirmed political gathering? How did it lead to this violent clash? And these are very disturbing visuals.
Well, absolutely, it is very evident in the visuals how we are saying that there has been a situation between the policemen and the SP workers who were there, and they not only, into the verbal argument, but also, there was a physical hit, and at the same time, the situation looks like getting out of the control. And on the other hand, it has taken a political turn now, with the BJP straight away asking questions over the integrity of the Samajwadi Party workers. SP has always been speaking about the kind of law and order situation is there in Uttar Pradesh, but this particular incident which has happened in Chandoli, where the SP workers were seen, directly doing a mishap with the policemen, that too in front of the camera. So many visuals are there because all the people which were there were shooting this on their mobile phones. So clearly, it's going to take a big step. SP chief has not said anything yet, but UP BJP chief Swatantra Dev Singh has raised question over this kind of treatment. Anurag Thakur has also tweeted. So clearly the BJP leaders are going to take this to a further level, asking question to the Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav about what kind of claim he made with his own workers have been seen on camera behaving in such
keep tracking all the latest, continue to get us updates. One man even giving literally a headbutt to one of those police personnel, another dragging another cop. An absolutely out of control situation. What happened? What led to it? We'll try to get more details on the same. These are the visuals from Chandoli in Uttar Pradesh. Just ahead of the Babri Mosque demolition anniversary, the holy town of Mathura now is witnessing tightened security. This after 4 Hindu right-wing groups, the Akhil Bharat Hindu Mahasabha, Shri Krishna Janmabhoomi Nirman Nyas, Narayani Sena and the Shri Krishna Mukti Dal sought permission to hold programs for the day. So what is the controversy? Take a look at the visual on your screen. The Akhil Bharatiya Hindu Mahasabha sought permission to install a Krishna idol at the deity's actual birthplace. Now, many of them, it is also claimed that the actual birthplace was in the mosque, which was closed, now very close and adjacent to the prominent Krishna temple there, and originally was there. But one of the groups has now said it will install the idol at the Shahi Eidgah Mosque after a Mahajal Abhishek to purify the place. The demand has been turned down, citing the need to uphold peace and communal harmony. The holy city has now been divided into 3 security zones. In Mathura, the Katra Keshav Deva temple and the Shahi Eidgah have been put in the red zone, which are the most important areas. Section 144 has already been imposed, which means massive gatherings will not be permitted.
What kind of apprehensions did you have after there were appeals by some sections that they will be trying to enter the sites or the mosque and others? What kind of arrangements have you made there?
देखिए, कुछ दिन पहले सोशल मीडिया के माध्यम से कुछ संगठनों और व्यक्तियों ने कुछ ऐसे आह्वान और कार्यक्रमों के बारे में लोगों को आह्वान करना शुरू किया था, जिसकी जानकारी प्राप्त होते ही ऐसे सभी कार्यक्रमों की अनुमति हमारे द्वारा निरस्त की गई थी। जिसके द्वारा ये अप्लाई किया था उनकी परमिशंस को कैंसिल कर दिया गया था। इसके बारे में उनको जानकारी भी दे दी गई थी और लगातार यहाँ की जो हमारी आम जनता है उसके साथ जिला प्रशासन, पुलिस प्रशासन का बहुत अच्छा समन्वय और बहुत अच्छा सहयोग हम लोगों को प्राप्त हो रहा था। ऐसे किसी भी गैर पारंपरिक और नियम विरोधी किसी भी कार्यक्रम को अनुमति ना तो दी गई थी और ना ही आने वाले दिनों में दी जाएगी। सिक्योरिटी को और अच्छा और सुदृढ़ करने के लिए यहाँ पर हमारी डिस्ट्रिक्ट पुलिस के साथ साथ रेंज और जोन से भी हमारे पास पुलिस यहाँ पर प्राप्त हुई है। उसके अलावा पीएसी की कंपनीज़ हैं, साथ में हमारे सहयोग में आरएएफ है और जो एक परमानेंट सिक्योरिटी अरेंजमेंट इस पूरे कंपाउंड में रहता है, चाहे वो कृष्ण जन्मस्थान या शाही ईदगाह मस्जिद का जो पूरा कंपाउंड है, वहाँ पर एक परमानेंट सिक्योरिटी जो सेटअप है उसको भी हमारे द्वारा बीफअप किया गया।
Security in Mathura city has been beefed up after the call by Hindutva fringe groups that they would install an idol of Lord Krishna inside Shahi Eidgah Mosque in Mathura, and that they would carry out a Jalabhishek inside the mosque. And after that, the administration has gone on its toes and it's staying alert. CEO city of Mathura who is saying that security has been beefed up in the city, and the group which had given the call to install idol inside the Shahi Eidgah Mosque had taken back the call. However, they are keeping a close eye on the activities of the social media, and they are registering FIR against inflammatory posts that are being posted on social media platforms. With video journalist Deepak Bisk, this is Amit Bhardwaj from Mathura for India Today.
इस टाइम प्रशासन का बहुत बढ़िया रोल है, जो भी काम कर रहा है बहुत बढ़िया प्रशासन कर रहा है। शक्ति के अच्छा माहौल बना के रख रहा है प्रशासन, इसको हम धन्यवाद कहना चाहते हैं। हमें डर नहीं लग रहा था, हम जानते प्रशासन काम करेगा। जिसको डर लग रहा होगा उसको लग रहा होगा, हमको डर नहीं था।
हमारी तो कोई प्रतिक्रिया नहीं है, क्या नाम है, शांतिपूर्ण मामला ऐसा ही है, बचा रही है चुनावों के मामले। तो कोई क्या करे हम, ये तो चुनावों का वो हो रहा है, थोड़ा सा
चुनावों की वजह से
हो रहा नहीं। तो यहाँ के तो लोग सब हिंदू मुसलमान एक रहते हैं सब, और ना कोई यहाँ का निकल रहा, ना कोई यहाँ का रैली निकाल रहा, ना कुछ निकाल रहा। जो भी कुछ करेगा कोई बाहर का ही करेगा।
Moving on now, Shiv Sena Member of Parliament Priyanka Chaturvedi has quit as an anchor on the Sansad television after the Parliament suspension showdown. Priyanka Chaturvedi has submitted her resignation as the anchor on Sansad TV show Meri Kahani to the Rajya Sabha chairperson Venkaiah Naidu. Remember, Chaturvedi is one of the 12 members of Parliament who was suspended from the rest of the winter session for unruly behaviour during the monsoon session. Several opposition lawmakers were also caught on camera scuffling then with the Rajya Sabha chairperson and specifically Rajya Sabha watch and ward staff. In her letter, the Sena Member of Parliament has said that she has stepped down and decided to discontinue being an anchor after her voice has been stifled. Priyanka Chaturvedi has said her suspension was in disregard to parliamentary norms and she will not continue to anchor when her oath to the Constitution was denied to her. Punjab battle finding its echo in the national capital, Delhi. Punjab Congress Chief Navjot Singh Sidhu is in Delhi protesting outside Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's house today. Sidhu extending support to protesting guest teachers of the national capital who have been on a warpath for months now over getting their job regularized. Sidhu not only participated but also shouted slogans against Kejriwal government. Guest teachers in Delhi, giving you a background, have been holding a protest over their demand for permanent jobs outside the residence of the Chief Minister. Sidhu even took to Twitter, slammed the Aam Aadmi Party-led government, saying Delhi education model is just a contract model. But this is where it gets interesting. Sidhu's Delhi protest comes at a time when the Punjab government of the Congress party is itself under fire from temporary teachers who are sitting on agitation, seeking permanent jobs. The protesters in Punjab even had a clash with cops, faced lathi charge.
उन्होंने कह दिया 26 लाख नौकरी दूंगा, 93,000 करोड़ होता है, 26 लाख नौकरी, कह रहा पर्चियां संभाल के रखना, मैं आके तुम्हें दूंगा। यहाँ 400 दिए, 440 दिए 7 साल में, और वहां आके बड़े बड़े गप मार रहा है। ठीक है, फिर ये कह गए कि 11,000 रुपए देंगे हम हर महिला को। यहाँ दिया है? कोई महिला है इनके कैबिनेट में? महिला सशक्तिकरण की बात करते हैं।
Navjot Singh Sidhu bringing in Punjab politics right here to Delhi, bringing the politics of Punjab right here at the residence of Arvind Kejriwal, with thousands of those teachers who've been waiting for a job or a permanency. They're the ones, but Sidhu coming in making a point. This is one-upmanship, because few days ago, Manish Sisodia and Kejriwal had talked about how they would get the Delhi model to Punjab and make that a role model. But right here, the purpose was to have an expose of sorts, and this is what is now being done. And one-upmanship, and Sidhu hitting Arvind Kejriwal right at his home, right in Delhi, raising pertinent question: if all these people could not be provided jobs, can Kejriwal live up to the expectations in Punjab? That's the big question. Well, politics heating up right here in national capital, and Punjab politics simmering right here in Delhi. With camera person Prem, this is Kamaljeet Sandhu in Delhi for India Today.
And on the agenda, Aaj Tak Conclave event, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi had a face-off and comments for each other. Listen into this.
हम काले हैं तो क्या हुआ, दिल वाले हैं। फिर से कहना चाहता हूँ, कल मैंने बोला भी था, देखिए मैं जैसा भी हूँ, उन्होंने मेरे कपड़ों पे भी, जब से मैंने कहा है ना कि मैं हर महिला को 1000 रुपए दूंगा, तो वो मेरे को खूब गालियाँ दे रहे हैं। चन्नी साहब बोले कि केजरीवाल कपड़े बड़े सस्ते पहनता है, इसको कोई 5000 रुपये दे दो, अपने लिए अच्छी शर्ट खरीद लेगा। मैं काला हूँ, लेकिन अपनी सारी माँओं को काला बेटा पसंद है, ये अपनी सारी बहनों को ये काला भाई पसंद है। मेरी नीयत साफ़ है, मैं शक्ल से काला हो सकता हूँ, मेरी नीयत साफ़ है। मैं उनको कहना चाहता हूँ, यही सस्ते कपड़े पहनने वाला और यही काला आदमी अपने सारे वादे पूरे करके दिखाएगा।
ये आप इस दिल्ली वाले इसको लेकर कहाँ से आए यार, ये बंदे को आप? यार ये क्या बंदा है, क्या शानदार बंदा है ये। देखो कैसे घुमाकर हर बात को अपने तरीके से झूठ बोलता है ये। कोई सही बात की इसने अभी? मैं हैरान हूँ। शुक्र है अच्छी कोटी खरीद ली इसने, एक जो स्वेटर, कपड़े अच्छे, स्वेटर अच्छे खरीद लिए। मेरे कहने से इतना तो फ़ायदा हो गया। लेकिन मैं आपको बताऊं कि जितनी बातें की हैं सारी इम्प्लीमेंट पंजाब में हो रही हैं।
Amid rising concerns of the Omicron variant of the coronavirus, India has reported 3 fresh cases of the new variant. The total tally now is up to 5. The 5th case detected in national capital Delhi. Patient is a Tanzania returnee and has been admitted to the LNJP hospital. 2 other cases reported from Gujarat and Maharashtra. Karnataka has been on a high alert because it reported the initial cases of the new variant. Municipal body BBMP has traced all 10 passengers who came from South Africa and went missing after the arrival in Bengaluru in November 20. Meanwhile, the Union Health Ministry has written to states and union territories asking them to take necessary steps and prevent the transmission of the mutated virus. States and union territories have been asked to test, track and treat to stop the spread. Health Ministry's move comes after weekly positivity and death rates have witnessed a spike in few states. Health Ministry has asked states and union territories to check international travellers thoroughly and monitor the emerging hotspots.
ये पेशेंट हमारे पास 2 तारीख को आया था इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट दिल्ली से, और 2 तारीख के बाद इसका हमने टेस्ट किया। पहले ही RT-PCR टेस्ट कराया हमने, क्योंकि पहले इसका रेड पॉजिटिव था, तो दोबारा हमने RT-PCR करके और उसका जीन सीक्वेंसिंग के लिए सैंपल भेजा था, जो पॉजिटिव आया है, आज ही पॉजिटिव आया है। बाकी लोगों के नेगेटिव आए हैं, उनके कॉन्टैक्ट्स हैं जो कि सभी लोकनायक में आइसोलेशन वार्ड में भर्ती हैं। ये जो पेशेंट्स है इसको हमने अलग रूम में रखा हुआ है पहले से ही, क्योंकि ये तंजानिया से था, अफ्रीकन कंट्रीज़ थे, तो हमने पहले से ही इसको अलग रूम दिया हुआ था।
ओमिक्रॉन एयरपोर्ट पर जो भी लोग आ रहे हैं अफेक्टेड कंट्री से, जितने भी लोग हैं उनका सबका टेस्ट किया जा रहा है एयरपोर्ट के ऊपर। तो अभी तक 17 पॉजिटिव पेशेंट्स LNJP में भर्ती किए गए हैं। 17 जो पॉजिटिव हैं उसमें जीनोम सीक्वेंसिंग कराई गई, तो अभी तक 12 लोगों की जीनोम सीक्वेंसिंग की हो चुकी है, और एक उसमें से जो है ओमिक्रॉन का पेशेंट लगता है कि जो तंजानिया से आया है, तो उसके प्रिलिमिनरी रिपोर्ट के अंदर वो पॉजिटिव हैं ओमिक्रॉन से। फिर भी जो लैब से फाइनल रिपोर्ट इशू की जाएगी वो कल की जाएगी।
We are getting some information with regard to the Omicron variant. Another COVID cluster of about 40 people, including students and teachers of one of the Navodaya Vidyalayas, have now tested positive. This has come from Chikmagaluru. So what we are being told is that there was a cluster of about 40 people testing positive. 400 children were tested. All children have been quarantined inside a hospital. So therefore, remember, at this point, the COVID pandemic very well around us, and now a cluster of about 40 people, we are being told, have tested positive. Now, for many, it would be considered perhaps at least some good news. In a mega vaccine achievement, India's 50% eligible population has been fully vaccinated against the coronavirus. Appreciating this achievement, Union Health Minister congratulated citizens upon reaching the vaccine landmark. The hilly state of Himachal Pradesh also achieving a mega vaccine feat of inoculating all adults with 2 doses ahead of the Omicron scare in the country. Despite its tough geographical and climatic conditions, more than 53 lakh people over 18 years of age have been inoculated. Earlier in August, Himachal Pradesh also again emerged as the first state to have clocked the 100% first dose vaccination of adults. Himachal Pradesh's Kinnaur has become the first district to be declared fully vaccinated for both doses, followed by Bilaspur, Solan and Lahaul Spiti. So to mark this landmark achievement, Bharatiya Janata Party National President JP Nadda along with Health Minister Mansukh Mandavia are in Bilaspur attending a special function organized to honor the COVID workers for their commendable role in possibly vaccinating all citizens of Himachal Pradesh.
Himachal Pradesh has become the first state in the country to be 100% fully vaccinated. Almost around 54 lakh people have been given both the doses of this vaccine. And if we talk about Himachal Pradesh, it's an example, as in Himachal the topographical conditions are very difficult, and to achieve this feat, it's an achievement for that. Looking into this today, the Union Health Minister with the BJP National President Jagat Prakash Nadda would be witnessing this mega event here in Bilaspur. This is Lalit Sharma for India Today, Bilaspur.
In a horrific incident, 13 civilians have died in a firing incident in Thiru village area in Nagaland's Mon district on Saturday evening. According to reports, a group of people from Oting village were returning home in a pickup mini truck when they were shot at. Sources have said that other villagers then went searching for them because they did not return home for several hours and found 6 bodies in the truck. In anger, the local residents set 2 vehicles reportedly belonging to the armed forces on fire. Angry villagers then surrounded the forces in protest, following which the armed forces had to retaliate, and that sadly resulted in more casualties. Armed forces also have suffered injuries in the incident, including the death of 1 army personnel. After the incident, Assam Rifles issued a statement and said that based on credible intelligence of likely movement of insurgents, a specific operation was planned but its aftermath is deeply regretted. The statement has added that the cause of the unfortunate loss of life is being investigated at the highest level and appropriate action will be taken as per law. Nagaland Chief Minister has also ordered a special investigation team probe into the incident, promising justice. Home Minister Amit Shah has also given out a statement on Twitter over the incident, expressing grief.